Hi, good evening. And let me check if this is actually recording. Hopefully it is. Um, so as you can see, we've already started the shotgun server, and we have before us um, a list of to-do things, more like the specs for this particular application. Um, to be precise, uh, the spec file looks something like this, right? So as you can see, um, the first item is to use active records for storing information in a database. I'm going to uh, pull up the source code to demonstrate that this is indeed what is happening here. Um, so I'm going to go to models and pull up this is the mission active record, and this is the user active record. It's a little bit more because it has some validation and it has uses of a slug, which I never got around to actually using. Um, so the next step, include more than one model class. Okay, great. We already demonstrated that, I believe. Uh, I'm going to pull up this particular spec file actually, um, and we can go by that. So it says here, include more than one model file, and here we have this mission and user model file, followed by that it has at least one has many relationship. So we see has many user has this has many relationships with missions. It has at least one belongs to relationship, and we see mission actually belongs to one user, right? Perfect. Next requirement, include a user account with unique login features. Um, so user account, um, you have actually there are some user accounts that are uh, well. Let me demonstrate what the user table has. It has username, email, password, right? We've already seen the user name and email are unique, supposed to be unique, and so you know both of them have uniqueness set to true. So it says ensure that belongs to has routes for creating, reading, updating, and destroying. So we look at uh, our controllers, which is the missions controller. As you can see, it has restful routes for, first of all, for the index, then create, right? Get, post, and then showing, displaying, um, then editing or updating the patch, get patch, then deleting. So, and and for reading, you have these guys display all the missions and just my missions and things like that, right? So that's taken care of. Ensure that the user can't modify content created by other users. I will demonstrate that as I start the application. Um, I think this is high time to start the application. So, great. So it's gonna pull up any minute now. It's a little slow for some reason, but it pulls up eventually. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so the shotgun server is up and running. Um, Okay, there you go. Some sign of life. Let me close some apps here. Maybe that'll help. Okay, good. So I believe it has pulled up our page, and I will walk through this app quickly, just so that you know, you can actually see what's going on. So it says here, if you go and view the spec file, if we can pull that up quickly. Pardon me, let me just close this. Okay. The spec file says, ensure that the users can't modify content created by other users. So I don't know if I displayed the users, but they are in the seeds file. So there are a bunch of users: Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Alpha, and they have a bunch of missions right here that are created, and the database is already populated, right? So ensure that the users can modify content created by other users. In order to demonstrate that, you'll need to log in. I'm clicking on login right now, and hopefully, if you see this takes a bit to start working. Okay, there you go. All right, log in. So this is already pre-entered. If you see, this is the username and password. I can like enter Michael, who is the first user. So Michael goes in to the app, and we want to make sure that the users can't modify content created by other users, right? So hopefully, as soon as this page loads, you'll be able to show that that is the case. Okay, perfect. So when you come to the main page, you see it welcomes Michael. It asks Michael, what would you like to do? It asks Michael, what would you like to do? He can view his own missions. He can go on a new mission. He can view all other missions. So we can see when we click on view all missions, we'll see that as it's loading, we will see that all the missions undertaken by all the other users will show up there. So we see here, welcome Michael. All the missions are this: mission of peace undertaken by Michael, joy undertaken by Michael, prosperity undertaken by Raphael, life undertaken by Raphael, light and holiness undertaken by Michael, right? So of course you can't modify or edit other people's missions, but you can, if you go to view my missions, you can then go ahead and edit your own missions. So it's loading the page. Okay, so you have welcome to your missions, Michael. It says peace, joy. You know, you can edit this. Michael can go ahead and click on edit. These are all of Michael's missions, all three of them. You can edit them, as you can see. So hope for it to load in the meanwhile. Okay, so here are Michael's missions, which is just peace on earth and goodwill to all, right? You can edit this, and once you submit it, this should show up as one of Michael's missions, right? Yeah, so still waiting for it to hopefully start. Okay, perfect. So mission, peace on earth and goodwill to all. You can edit mission again or delete mission. This is essentially all of Michael's missions, right? So now, hopefully this should be proof enough that you cannot modify content created by other users or assigned to other users or under permissions to other users. As you can see here, the edit has happened, but it has only happened for Michael's missions. If you go to view all missions, you will see that it shows up there. Shows up there for all the other missions and the archangels, but it does not, of course, allow you to. So as you see, peace on earth and goodwill to all from peace, undertaken by Michael. You know, it's all good, but you cannot modify the others by Raphael, for example, right? So we're going to now demonstrate this particular requirement, which is include user input validations. So if you look here at, let me pull up the model. You look at the validations in the model for user, it says email and username have to be unique, right? So, so we're going to try to sign up Michael, another Michael, who's going to try to, you know, another person by the name Mike. The name Michael has already been taken, the username Michael, and the email has already been taken. As you can see from the seeds, it says michael@angel.com, and Michael are already taken. The username Michael are already taken, right? So you can log in here, but I don't want to log in. I want to actually create a new user and show you the validations in sign up form, right? So here, Raphael and Michael are already in the database. They've already signed up. What I'm going to do now is to try to, another person is going to try to sign up as Michael or with that name and with that username, and it will give an error message and say, it'll give user input validation error messages, right? So I just clicked on sign up. It's loading, as you can see. I'm going to leave email blank, and I'm just going to say, hey, you know, this Michael thing is already pre-filled. I'm going to try to sign up, right? So this shouldn't let me sign up. In fact, it should give me an error. So I'm here, hopefully. So yeah, this is just loading still, and it should give me an error anytime. I've left email blank, by the way, if you notice, and the name Michael, username Michael is already taken up. Oh, there you go. It gives an error message saying email can be blank and username has already been taken. Perfect. So some validation is there. It's rudimentary, but it's there. You display the validation failures to user with error messages. There you go. Your README includes a short description, install instructions, contributor's guide, and link to licenses. So I can show you the README. This is what the project GitHub looks like, and this is the README, right? Description, install instructions, contributor's guide, license, right? You have a large number of small Git commits. Let's take a look at the commits. So these are the Git commits I demonstrated. Your commit messages are meaningful. These basically are atomic commit messages, which illustrate editing of the spec.md file. This thing basically just demonstrates Git and Git commits. It does not demonstrate like the CVS for local stuff. So it says you made the changes in a commit that relate to the commit messages. Perfect. You don't include changes in the commit that aren't related to the commit message. Hopefully, all these are taken care of. And that's about it. I will now end this recording.